Good afternoon, the Executive Coordinator of Banjul Administrative Area, the representative of the Inspector General of Police, AIG Hamat Bah, the Executive Coordinator, Mr. Singate of the Kanifing Municipal Council, the Deputy Coordinator of Banjul, the Deputy Coordinator of KMC here present, the representative of all the government officials and government institutions, the representative of the Banjul City Council in the name of the Councillor Chow, and of course the elders of Banjul, the Association of Wives of Police Officers in this great premises, the representative of other organizations and senior citizens of Banjul here present, and the Imam Ratif of the police line. In fact, when I mention the Imam Ratif of police line, it brings me to the great Imam Dawda Jallo, who was for many years Imam of the police line, who was indeed very instrumental in educating many children of police officers in these barracks. We wish him well, and we pray for him, inshallah. And of course, the youths of Banjul who are here present, and indeed the members of the press, all other protocol respectfully observed. This is a very important ground in my history. I remember this place very well. In 1978, we had a VU here, where we usually meet, brew attire, spend a lot of time in these premises. Yes, indeed, I've seen some improvements. When I was in Parliament, we advocated for the injection of money into this camp. We know that in these barracks. We're aware that there have been some development, but we still believe that the great Sutura company, coming from Senegal, has come to rescue us. Mr. Sutura company and your staff, the CEO with all your people, the government of the Gambia is grateful to you, and we wish you all the best, and be rest assured that we are willing and ready to cooperate and work with you. Your demonstration in constructing such a facility, gratis, to the tune of $600,000 is a clear testimony of your desire and willingness to work with the government of the Gambia in improving on the lives of the Gambian people. Let me say this. The government of the Gambia is committed to a very sustainable and a successful housing scheme in this country. I had chat with retired police officers and members of the armed forces. And I met former Chief of Defense Staff, former Inspector General of Police, and many others. And I got a narration of sad stories where police officers, armed officers are retired, but they cannot leave the barracks because they have nowhere to go. And that's really touching. You serve your country for 25, 30 years, you get retired, and you have nowhere to go and to be housed and to be home with your family and children. These are all the reasons that culminated in the Gambia government ultimate desire to create and build 200,000 houses in the next 10 years. And it is our hope and desire that by December 2025, we should be able to lay the first foundation stone for such a project, so that when our men and women retire, those in the public service and any other service for that matter. It is not only restricted to the armed forces and the police and those that are working, but to every other Gambian for that matter. So that at least you will have a decent home to stay, to live. The rent you are paying become the cost of paying back for your house for a period of 20 to 25 years. What we have today, people are paying rent. When they retire, they are moved from the house if they cannot pay. Therefore, if you pay rent, that amount goes into the cost of your house. By the time you are 20, 25 in service, you should be able to own that house and let it be yours. Housing is a right to every citizen. Housing is a right for every citizen. Therefore, this government of Hamat Bah is aware of that responsibility. And that's why, under President Barrow, will do all what it takes to help and move this country by way of providing you a decent homes to live. We are not only talking about low scheme housing, we're talking about what we call affordable housing. Affordable housing is a decent house, costly but not too expensive, that you and I, all of us, can live and feel proud of that. We don't want to come and build you small houses as if you are not part of society. But we want to build you decent houses that we're all proud to live in. And we will be able to pay within a period of 20, 25 years and become ownership of this. It is happening all over the world. It is happening all over the world. Therefore, we cannot be left out. We need to be on board. And in that process, we need partnership like Sutura Company to join us, to support us in this process. The government of the Gambia is open to all sorts of ideas and people who are willing to partner us together in this journey. Whether under Hamat Bah or any other government, we want to maintain that in 10 years, at least 200,000 houses are built for this country. It is rather unfortunate though. Gambia is a small country. Not only small, but it is the 5th most densely populated country in Africa. We have no land in this country. And unfortunately, the way land have been managed and used in the last 60 years is not the best ways of its kind. But that's why this government is conscious of the fact that we need to create and strengthen institutions of government, have policies and strategies in place, have methods and train personnel to be able to manage our land henceforward in the future of this country. And in that regard, we are grateful to the World Bank for all the support they are giving this government in making so that the first ever land policy will be rolled out by April 2025. And in that process, every Gambian is involved in that policy making. There is nobody who is left out, including the police. Everybody has a representative. They all come to participate. Because you want, at the end of the day, when we have a policy, it becomes a policy of the people that belongs to everyone. So government is open and everyone is on board. We are working on it. We hope to get there at least by April 2024. So we are grateful to all those who are supporting this government, including the World Bank and our able staff and committed, dedicated civil servants and other partners in the private sector, in the legal sector, and the Bar Association and all the rest of those people who are part of this policy. We say bravo to them and thank them and encourage them to continue the overwhelming desire to deliver a policy acceptable and belongs to all Gambians. The information, the media is not left out. You're also part of that policy preparation. So we want to make sure that we all try to have a document. That document will now determine our strategy, because it is the policy that dictates your strategy. The fact that we don't have a lot more land, we will think of building up so that we can accommodate Gambians. The issue of owning a plot of land by yourself, we should start thinking, let it go. What is important for Gambians is to have a decent home, decent house to live, with your family. And that means we should start going up because we don't have the land anymore. We have limited land. Land is a commodity that never expands. Once used, is contracts. It doesn't expand. So what is important is to have a strategy how you manage usage of your land. And that's why we believe that in our quest to have housing for Gambians, it must be nationwide. It cannot be a Banjul Birkama issue. It has to be an entire project for the entire nation of this country. So we must stand firm, all of us together, to thank Mr. Saj, and of course to the company for coming with the initiative to build such an important facility. And we thank Executive Coordinator, Mr. Jao, for standing by and supporting this project. Mr. Jao, we thank you for your zeal, your desire, your will to deliver this project, and that has led to you getting these very important people to come and build a structure like this. Police line, you are part of the Gambian history. This barracks, this police barracks is part of the Gambian history. I can assure you that many people coming here, standing where I stood today, will feel so proud that they are within these lines. When the other lines were built on the other side, when it lived its life, we realized the best thing to do was to demolish it and build a new one. We hope that in this housing project and many more, the new lines will also benefit from the new housing program that we intend to do. So we thank you all, and we are great strategic area. And if you liaise with him, he will liaise with us, and we'll see how best we can resolve these issues, including the one in KMC. So I think we need to use their offices for that purpose and their deputies so that we can work that out and support you and help you. On that note, I once again thank all the police officers, their wives, siblings, children, everybody, and all those here present for making this occasion a success. Thank you.